One of the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been working on it for a while now, and
Yeah.
it's exciting to be getting closer. And then we have building department to go through as well, where we can actually build, but yeah,
So it's
close.
it's in like an existing warehouse and you guys are
Yeah.
gonna be taking it over. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, our build is not too complicated, which is nice because we're gymnastics and parkour.
Yeah.
So there's a big open space.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna lay stuff out on that.
Yeah.
But we need to do some work on the bathrooms and there's a couple mezzanines we're gonna put in.
Okay.
And we need to redo some of the walls, it looks like.
Yeah.
So there'll be some work.
How did you get into this?
I've just done sports my whole life. I actually met the Cave because I was doing a traveling competition series and they hosted some of them.
Okay.
And then I purchased a portion of it when that became available. And a couple years after that, I moved up here. That was like 2019. So I've been working with them since then. So yeah.
And it's currently in Puerto Madera.
Yeah, yep. Got a location in Puerto Madera. We're hoping to be able to do both locations.
Okay, so that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna come down to financing.
Yeah.
So I think both locations are viable.
Yeah.
But there's some concerns, like the lenders are concerned about the rent on one location plus the mortgage,
Yeah.
even though there's gonna be more income coming in with two locations.
What's the other gymnast? I live in Sonoma, so there's Redwood Empire and Merle Park.
And I know there's one in Nevada.
Vado has a big program.
Yeah.
You guys do have two programs in San Rafael as well. So there's Mega. And then the other one is smaller, but they're kind of on the ocean side. But
Yeah, growing up, I used to go to, there was one, I don't think it's there anymore, but over, how do you explain it? Like, kind of where Smith Ranch is.
Yeah.
over there.
That was there,
I used to
yeah.
go there all the time for like open gym. That was so much fun, yeah. But yeah, exactly. I used to take gymnastics class there.
birthday parties are popular.
Yeah. I wanted to do gymnastics and my mom couldn't take me to Pasadena, so I did the janky gymnastics in town.
Yeah.
But then you like hit a certain height as a girl and you're like, your gymnastics career is over.
I started doing gymnastics I did it when I was like 7 and 8. And then this was in Santa Cruz where I grew up, and the gymnastics place told my parents that I had to go on the team at this point.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do any other sports.
Yep.
And that was when I stopped doing gymnastics and kept doing other sports
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, my daughter made the team.
So I don't know. We don't make that requirements. I don't know what was going on at that place.
Because there's this move towards kids being one sport.
Yeah.
Hoping it's going away.
Yeah, well, I know coaching over that at the high school for cheerleading and everything, and it states that they can only do one sport at a time.
Yeah.
As a
Oh, at the high
requirement
school.
now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that is a new
That's
ish.
kinda-
Yeah,
Yeah. My
I only
daughter-
chose to do one sport at a time in high school for like competition.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, I always had a sport.
Yeah.
What did you do?
In high school, I did cross country, wrestling, and track.
Soccer, water polo, swimming.
Yeah, it was funny coming from cross country to wrestling. At the beginning of the season, I was in great cardiovascular shape.
Yeah.
I just tire out all my opponents. And,
Yeah.
like by the end, they were caught up.
Yeah.
It was like a really stark difference from the beginning of
Yeah.
the season to the end that I noticed. And I'm like, these guys just started working out.
Okay, well, let's get started. It is 10:02. If you want to move that on me. And I will call this hearing of the zoning administrator. It start. We don't have a good word for that. But I will say that we're here for the zoning administrator. My name is, for the record, this meeting is recorded. I've seen no one else attending. But for the official record, it's recorded. My name is Renee Nickenick. I'm an assistant planner acting as the zoning administrator today, as well as previously for this project, as this is a continuation of the request for a use permit to operate a gymnastics and parkour facility at 25 Doty Street. for our official records, I see nobody attending at the moment. Nobody has come in person, but the meeting will go. Our project planner will give a brief overview of the project, and if anything has changed since the first meeting, the applicant will have a chance to present as well if they desire. Zoning administrator will have the chance to ask questions if they feel that is necessary, after which the public hearing will officially be opened. At that time, we will open the public hearing should anybody attend. In the meantime, I don't think that comments are, I think they're disabled online. If we see anybody attending, I will repeat, if it is possible for them to either raise their hand or press star 9, I'll just make sure that they're aware of that. And then, the public hearing will close, the zoning administrator will make a decision. So with that, please. Project planner, make your presentation.
Yeah, so this is again for 25 Doty Street, request for conditional use permit. At this location for a gymnastics facility. And which is required for a conditional use permit at zoning administrator level for general commercial zoning. All findings, were able to be made for this project. Since last meeting, Public Works provided updated conditions of approval, being that if there is any issues with Sim Street traffic, then would have to, of course, get in contact with Public Works and see the best solution for that. Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic, thank you very much. If there's anything you'd like to add, or?
I think we'll stand by the presentation from last time and just thank you guys for being flexible and allowing us this continuation.
I don't have any questions as a zoning administrator. I acknowledge the additional conditions that have been applied by the Department of Public Works, which will be valid on this approval, but will have a primary impact on the building permit. So no other questions. I officially open the public hearing. I see nobody attending online and we have nobody here in person. So with that, I will close the public hearing. And just say that the findings have not changed since the first round. We took in quite a bit of public comment at that first meeting, all of which was in support of the project. Since then, the Department of Public Works had continued their review and found that just a traffic study was required based on the change of use from what it previously was. Public Works will be monitoring that parking, particularly the entrance exit from that parking lot as necessary. And I believe there is a requirement to provide a fee prior to issuance of a building permit. Just to review the conditions, the additional conditions as well, the findings are, of course, that it meets, it is compatible with the zoning district as well as the general plan policies. The conditions of approval are primarily standard conditions. This is an approved use. The hours of operation stated in the condition are those that have been applied for. Should those change in any way, we would just need to be notified of that. And would not necessarily require it, but would just need to be put on the record. Subject to all other laws and regulations, in this case, a building permit and any additional items that Public Works may require based on their conditions. This permit is valid for 2 years from the date of the effective date, which will be after the 5-day appeal period, at which time a business license will just need to be issued within those 2 years to remain valid. Again, the Department of Public Works has applied several conditions related to impacting the traffic in the right of way. Based on the current model of the use, they have found that there will not be a significant impact. However, should that change and they may see an impact, they will monitor that as necessary. With that, with no other comment that has come in before this meeting, I, as a zoning administrator, conditionally approve this project.
Thank you very much.
It is subject to a 5-day appeal period, which will end at 5 p.m. June 12th. Thank you very much. After which the permit will be effective. At that time, the project planner will be able to approve the building permit for planning sake. In the meantime, you may continue, building. So, Yeah, I see no members of the public, but I will state for the record that within the appeal period, any member of the public, either a resident of San Rafael or otherwise, may appeal this decision. That appeal must be made in writing to the city clerk's office with an associated fee that I will not say in this meeting because I'm not entirely sure what it is. So I will not say for the record, but should any interested parties want to do so, they may get in contact with us. As well as if there's anybody who would like a copy of the minutes, they can contact our department as well. So with that, this public hearing is closed.
Thank you
very
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Actually,
minutes.
best hearing I've ever been to.
This is what most of our hearings are.